sleep last night, but we still roll. Come to Cali, I'll show you a good time. That sounds, yeah, for sure. When I'm out there, shit. I mean, all you guys that follow me on socials, you probably will know when I'm out in Cali. Morocco, nice. All right, guys. Well, yeah. Any questions? I guess we could start rolling it in, rolling some questions in, like start typing them up, or maybe come on stage. I don't know how the mods are gonna handle that, but a little introduction of myself for those of you that don't know. My name's Andre. Um, I'm an 18-year-old entrepreneur. Live out in the heart of Miami. Been doing e-commerce since January of 2023. So not too long, but in that since that time frame, I've generated close to $500,000 in revenue. I advertise on TikTok, Facebook, and Snapchat ads. Right now, I'm building a brand. We did already over six figures in Q1 with this new brand. Um, Looking to scale to 300K a month within the next 2 days, or not 2 days, 2 months. And yeah, we're planning on doing around 4 million a year by the end of this year with that brand. But yeah, I mean, any questions you guys have about e-commerce, advertising, marketing, personal brand? I have a quite a big personal brand. So these guys trying to get into that as well. Shoot them my way. You guys can come on stage. You guys can ask. But all right, we got the first question here. How do you select products and confirm the demand? Okay, so when I'm selecting products, this is something that you guys have to keep in mind. I don't know what level you guys are at. I see some people in here with, roles that, they've made some money, and some people that are complete beginners. At whatever stage you're at, you got to realize it's not about where you're looking, it's about what you're looking for, right? Because we all have the same PP ads, we all have the same software for the most part. We all have the same methods for product research. But if I were to sit here and look at you do product research, you would probably be skipping a lot of products that I would test and probably validate as winners, right? And that goes for the same guy. Like if a guy with 9 figures with drop shipping looked at me doing product research, he'd probably look at me and be like, yeah, he's skipping over stuff, right? And that's because at the different stages you're at, your eye is trained to a different level. All right. So it's not really about where you're looking, it's about what you're looking for. And what I'm looking for specifically, that what's worked best for me, are products that are relatively lightweight and cheap, especially since my main advertising platform is TikTok, right? Like I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on TikTok. Um, and usually the products that work for me are relatively cheap and lightweight. It's nothing too high ticket. It's something that you can structure a ridiculous offer with. Even right now, the offer that's cooking right now for me that I just started testing for my brand is like a $5 upfront with shipping on the back end, right? And because we have such high margin and we have multiple SKUs, and we could structure a good offer for higher AOV, even though we're selling with $5 on the upfront, we have like $3 cost of goods and our AOV is around 25, right? So there's some good margin to play with there. Currently at a $6 CPA, which is really nice. But yeah, for products, back to answer your question, I look for stuff that's relatively untapped. So stuff that is just starting to hit the market or just starting to be scaled. There have been products where I've brought it to the market, and it's because it's a lot easier to compete in a pool. Like let's say you're a shark, right? And there's 1,000 sharks in the water and you're all trying to eat the same food. It's going to be hard for you to get a bite of that, right? But if there's only 5 or 10 sharks in the water, then you have more of a chance, right? So that's the common sense behind it. I like products that are relatively cheap and lightweight, that are relatively untapped, that solve problems, but not only just problems, insecurities. Insecurity solving products, especially for beginners, is like the way to go, because you don't need to be a master marketer in order to sell somebody on solving their insecurity. Okay. So yeah, those are some of the main ones. Obviously, I have some more, like the margin and just some other stuff for my criteria. But for the main focus when I'm doing product research is relatively untapped, cheap and lightweight, solves an insecurity. And also, I've sold in multiple niches, but for me, sticking to the beauty and cosmetics niche, that's where I've made most of my money. I don't want to be the guy to tell you like stick to one niche, but that's just where most of my skill set is personally. And that's why I have these criteria. So like let's say you're in the clothing niche, you might sell stuff that's a little more seasonal, right? I like selling stuff that's more evergreen, something that could sell for all year long no matter who you are. But if you're doing women's fashion, you might want to, do seasonal stuff because now we're heading into summer. So that might be one of your criteria. Everybody has their own criteria, but for me personally, the ones I just told you is what I use when I'm doing product research. Commander asked, "Are you using credit cards for daily ad spend?" Yes, of course. I have 5 Amex cards on my desk right now um, that I spend money on because why use a debit card? That's kind of dumb, right? Guys, this will also put you in such a great position throughout the rest of your life. I'm only 18 and my credit score is like above 750. Okay? And I'm able to get business loans if I really need it or if I want to make bigger plays. I'm able to have a good relationship with the bank. You're spending money that you would already be spending, but you have a month to pay it off. So cash flow, isn't much of an issue. When I was starting out, I was 17, right? I didn't have a credit card. I had to borrow money to scale. Now I can just borrow the bank's money to scale, right? And you get rewards. So I get points. Every single dollar I spend, I get 4 points, right? I never have to pay for a flight in my life. I went to an event in New York in January. That whole trip, I paid under $100 because I didn't pay for the flight. I didn't pay for the hotel. The points from my ad spend paid for that. My girl, for example, if you guys look at my profile picture, right? For her birthday, I bought her a trip to California to go visit her friend, right? I didn't buy it with my money. I bought it with my points that I got from spending money in my business. If you're doing that on a debit card, you're not going to get rewards. And it's going to come out of your pocket first before the bank. You see? So, yeah, use credit cards to your advantage. Now, it's different for each country, but in the US, one of the best cards by far is the Amex Gold or the Amex Plat for your ad spend because you get 4 times the points or 5 times the points, depending on which card you have, on your top 2 spending categories. And in e-commerce, it's very obvious what those are: ad spend and product cost. Simple. The other day, I paid off a 14K Amex bill and I got 110,000 points from that. From money I already spent, and that's at least minimum $1,100 worth of flight credit. And if you travel hack and you know how to do this stuff, you can raise something called your CPP, which is your cost per point, which is the value of your point when you're, traveling. But I'm not going to get into credit too much, but that's some sauce for you guys right there. What is your creative structure for running ads in Facebook that converts? So my structure is very simple. It's hook, body, and CTA. But I've recently been for this brand, and since I am targeting a older demographic, I've been experimenting with direct to consumer scripts. So it might be like hook and then explanation and then problem and solution and then agitate pain and then this it's a longer style, but usually for me the core structure of how I do most of my creatives, whether there's more or less involved in each section, is hook, which is everyone knows what a hook is here, right? It's going to hook the person's attention, which is probably the most important part. The body, which is where you explain the product or you show the benefits or the before and after, or why you're better than the competitors, whatever it may be. And the CTA, which is how are you going to get them on your site? What is your offer? And what is going to entice them to want to purchase from you? So that's kind of my creative structure, and it doesn't matter only for Facebook. That's for Snapchat as well. That's for TikTok. Not just Facebook. Let's see. Do you have a dropship mentor? Do you recommend a mentor? How do you get from noob to where you are now? Sorry, I'm super new in the industry. I mean, just like you guys are doing now, joining calls, being in communities. Like, I never really had a mentor for dropshipping specifically. Now for building this brand, I do have a mentor, but for beginners, like, you don't need to learn the shit that's gonna get you to 100 million. You need to learn the shit that's gonna get you to the next step, right? And that's kind of how I take it. Like, I'm sure you guys have probably seen that Instagram clip of that guy being like, if you're in a car and it's dark at night and you're looking at the road ahead of you, right? Why are you trying to focus on what's 2 or 3 miles ahead when your headlights only go 20 to 20 to 30 feet in front of you, right? So when I was choosing my, I don't know, communities and mentors, I wasn't trying to get mentored by the guy at the top, right? Because bro, he's probably gonna charge so much. His skill set is probably does not apply to my situation. He's probably like he looks at me like a speck, right? But when I'm getting mentored by if when I'm choosing mentors, they're only a couple steps ahead of me, right? So it's all about choosing the right people at the right time. Okay. And you got to take it one step at a time for sure. But yes, I definitely recommend joining paid communities. That's like by far the thing that's been the most sauciest. Like there are very few out there that are, um, you know, too crazy expensive. They're usually like 50 to 150 a month, maybe even 200 a month. And like that for a lot of you guys, that might seem like a lot of money now, but trust me, it's well worth it. Like, bro, think about it. If just fucking skip out on the Uber Eats, skip out on the DoorDash, skip out on taking your girl to the movies that one day, put the money in your pocket and put it into paid communities, okay? And that's how I started. I was in like 3 or 4 at once. What would you say your success hit rate now is compared to the first few months when you started ecom? And what shifted in your course of action that allowed you to make more and more products work? Right. So when I started out, I started out with organic. And the reason I chose ecom in the first place is because I came from a background of 2 years of content creation. So I already kind of knew how to go viral. I knew, what people wanted to see, how to retain people. So ecom kind of made sense because if I create my own business and advertise it in an engaging way, people would buy. So my first product was actually a winner. I have it on my desk right here, actually. Let me see if I could turn on my camera real quick. Y'all see this? Let me know in the chat if you see this. So this product right here is a charger. Okay. It's a bracelet charger. So what criteria does this have that I personally think made it hit on organic? It has that wow factor to it, first and foremost, right? Like, bro, literally, you show someone that with good lighting. I don't know if you guys see it. You show somebody that, and they're like, oh, wow, they're engaged. They're like, what the fuck was that? It's relatively cheap and lightweight. It was untapped at the time. I mean, most of the creatives you see on it are of me now, but I didn't show my face. I did it faceless. And yeah, I just stuck to those criteria and it worked. But when I got into paid advertising after making money on organic, that was a completely different game. And my hit rate was like, it wasn't terrible because I've always felt like I had kind of an edge with common sense. Like I wouldn't sell like the fucking galaxy projector. I see a lot of beginners coming to me and they're like, yo, I'm gonna sell shapewear right now. I'm like, bro, you barely even built your first store. You want to test a product that thousands of other people are running right now? Like, like they come to me and they're like, what if I sell this sunset lamp? I'm like, dude, do you see the amount of impressions it has? Like the amount of people selling that shit. So I wasn't trying to like compete with people that were already established. I was trying to, the untapped products always worked for me. So my hit rate was always a little bit higher, especially because the quality of the tests were a lot higher. But back then, I would say it was like 1 in 10, 1 in 15. Now it's like 1 in 3 or 4. That's a winner. And it's because of the skill set I have in building my landing pages, because of the information I have for, conversion rate optimization and for offer structuring, and, just being experienced in the niche that I'm in and understanding the customer, right? Understanding my target audience. Let's see. Daily ad spend. Right now, we're not spending too much, especially since we've been banned on TikTok and Facebook. Snapchat daily ad spend is only a couple hundred a day, but we're still at a quite healthy ROAS right now. But usually at scale, I'm spending a couple grand a day. But right now, yeah, we're literally launching Facebook again tonight. With I don't know if you guys have been updated in the series. For those of you that don't know, I run like a little Instagram series, kind of documenting my journey to scaling this new brand to 300K a month. But yeah, usually at scale, I like to divide the ad spend like 60% Facebook, 30% TikTok, 10% Snapchat, and we're spending a couple thousand a day. And our goal is to spend around 5.5K a day at a 1.8 ROAS. In the split that I told you. So 60% Facebook, 30% TikTok, 10% Snap. What's the progression from successful product test to one product / niche store to eventually an actual branded store / product look like for you in terms of time frame, monthly rev, etc.? Okay, so that's a good point. I always test with like branded one product stores. So I'll make like a general store, not like it's like a general branded store with only one product on it, right? It's like it's a weird fucking name. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'll build like a very branded one product store and just swap out the product whenever I want to test a new product, so that I don't have to change too much. But I mean, even for the brand I'm building now, we have a hero product, and don't get that twisted, right? Like Bleem, you look at Bleem, they have other SKUs and stuff, but their hero product is a crystal hair eraser. You've never heard of the Bleem Gua Sha. You've never heard of the Bleem cream bullshit, right? Their hero product, and the one that makes them the most money, is the crystal hair eraser. Okay, so even for my brand, it's not a one product store because we do have different SKUs and different upsells and cross sells and downsells, but we centralize around a specific insecurity, around a specific topic, and around a specific hero product. But yeah, I mean, it really depends on the potential of the product too and how quick it's moving. So I can't really tell you a specific monthly rev or time frame or whatever. And you got to understand, branding a product will only increase your monthly rev if done correctly, right? So yeah, I mean, I can't really answer that question without, saying some bullshit. But it really depends the product. But for me, for example, I decided I was going to brand the product after I did around like 50 grand with the product and was like, okay, yeah. I've done 50 grand with multiple products, but it's like with this one, it had us one specific characteristic, that it was a repeat use product. So I knew the LTV, which is a lifetime value, and the returning customer rate would naturally be high. And with a brand, you want to have at least a 3-to-1 LTV to customer acquisition cost rate, right? And with a product that's repeat use, right? If you provide a really good customer experience at one time, that's a repeat customer. So it doesn't even matter if I'm unprofitable on the front end if I have that customer for many months to come. So that's why I branded this product. And that's why I say it's different for each one, right? Like I've had products that I've scaled to 0 to 50K in like a week or two and like been like, yeah, I'm not branding this because it didn't have that characteristic or because I didn't see the vision with it. But with this product specifically, I really do see the vision. Oh shit. I gotta answer these questions faster. I'm sorry. Hold on. Does Andre have an Amex plat? No, I don't think it's really worth it, in my opinion, right now. I'm gonna get it. Amex is up my ass trying to fucking like get me to get on their Amex plat. But no, I have 4 golds and and one debit from Amex. Amex Black is the best credit card they offer, but you got to be high profile individual. Not necessarily. I mean, it is. It's like the highest echelons of Amex cards, but I wouldn't say it's the best. Like, it's not worth it. You're paying 10 grand a year for a black card instead of a platinum. If you're filthy rich, then yeah, it's worth it. I mean, I know for sure I'm gonna get it, right? Like 2 3 years when I'm spending hundreds of thousands a month instead of a couple five figures, then yeah, for sure. Let's see. Andre's mentorship was a 2,500 ROI for me. Props, bro. Yeah, you're doing good, Mohammed. Um, let's see. Let's see. I'm scrolling through the questions, guys. Anyone that wants to come on stage, feel free. By the way. Mm, 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 mm. I'm looking through questions right now. Before you brand, do you show the original brand on the product and sell it as is, or do you change the name and sell it as something else on your store? I change the name and sell it as something else on my store. Because if my brand name is Apple and I'm selling Microsoft products, that doesn't make fucking sense, right? So, I'll either Photoshop if it is a branded product already. I'll Photoshop my logo on it instead, or I'll AI generate some photos, So, but yeah, no, I definitely don't sell it with someone else's branding. And when I do brand it, right, I will add my own logo and I will add my custom packaging and all this stuff. So, well, no, that's what I did. That's what I do, right? That's what you should do, right? You don't want to sell a product with someone else's branding. Uh, so how do you test multiple products and get an idea of what your hero product is going to be? Are you doing one CBO, 25 ad sets, and 5 creatives per product on a hybrid store? No. So what I do is I'll have one store, right? That's a general branded store. I'll have, one product. It'll be a one product branded drop shipping store with a general layout that you can just swap products out, right? And I'll do $151.77 CBO with 5 ad sets, 3 or 5 creatives um, per ad, right? They're all duplicates of one another. Or I'll do that CBO and an ABO, depending on how much I believe in the product. I'll also throw in an ABO. I'll do 2 broad ad groups at $20. I'll do 1 cost cap at $20. I'll do 1 US and Canada, $20, and I'll do 1 either gender or interest. But yeah, that's my testing structure. I'm not gonna get too specific. Oh yeah, also add ACO. ACO is kind of goaded, but or a smart ad creative or whatever you want to call them. They changed the name, but I don't want to get too specific into the specific strat because my strat is pretty fucking killer. And I don't want to I mean, shit. Ask Muhammad, bro. Ask Muhammad. My shit cooks. But yeah, that's the general structure. I'll do like 1 ABO, 1 CBO next to each other, test which one works best, and scale with the one that gets the best performance. So you're kind of testing everything there. How much profit did you make from your organic products that you ran? I mean, I didn't run organic for too long, but I'd say like a couple grand. How much starter capital do you recommend? I say at least like 500 to 1,000 to start, and you're good to go. But you got to understand, like, that's good for starting capital, but you also have to have some sort of side income. Like for me, I was working a job while I was drop shipping. So my schedule literally looked like I would go to school, I would go to my job, and then I'd drop ship and I would sleep in school. But yeah, so I started with like a little under 500 bucks in my bank account, but I also had a job. So if I lost money on a test or something, I'd just save up again. And yeah. Let's see. Scrolling. Did you guys just start this call? No. Ads, bro. What ad platform? I do Facebook, TikTok, and Snap. Oh, I think you guys are answering other questions. Oh my God, I know this guy. He's the guy from Instagram. Are you manually calculating profit? I use apps like either True Profit or Lifetimely, but the thing is, they tend to not factor in a lot of stuff. So I like to have my own like spreadsheets and stuff. because you could also account for like Shopify fees, you can account for payment processing, you can account for holds, you can account for like cost of goods, but like they're bundled up. You can account for apps and shit. Like you could account for a lot more if you do it manually, but it is a little more work. But you could see like your numbers to the T. Which supplier do you recommend in the beginning, like AutoDS, CJ, etc.? I recommend Commercive. Commercive is by far like the best people I've ever worked with in terms of suppliers. I've used CJ, I've used Zendrop, all the bullshit, but you're not going to beat their rates. But like honestly though, you have to have leverage in the negotiation in turn with your suppliers. So when you come to them and you show them like, hey, I'm scaling this product, I have this amount of orders, versus you going to them without having done any orders, you're gonna, with the leverage, get much cheaper cost of goods. Andre, do you have a business bank account for your Shopify business for tax and shit? Of course you do, but give advice on tax. Honestly, I'm not a tax expert. I just like, would talk to an accountant. But yeah, I do have a business bank account. I do have my LLC. Definitely try separating after like 5 to 10K ish rev. Um, I would start like separating your business expenses and personal expenses just to make it easier. But to be honest though, like you can still do write-offs without an LLC and stuff. Like I didn't get my LLC till like I was like at like 90K rev or something. It was a dumb move, don't get me wrong, but like, you can still do write-offs and stuff. It's just not as beneficial, and it'll get reported to your personal income instead of business. But yeah. Commercive, yeah. Good job, Nabil. Oh, what's up, Nabil? Is anyone here drop shipping from a third world country? I mean, I guess you guys can answer that. Who'd you file LLC with? Northeastern? Yeah, I think it's Northeastern, or Northwestern. What were they called? I have them pinned on my Google. I like visit it from time to time. Northwest registered agent. That's the people I use. Yep, I just found out about taxes. I'm depressed. Damn, you didn't know taxes existed? That's crazy. In your Facebook ads, would you compete on the mass desire of your competitor? Or would you differentiate your product market it using the weaker desire? Um yeah, okay, I kind of get what you mean now. You got to test different angles, Shu. Like for me personally, like bro, okay, let me explain to you the difference between a brand and drop shipping. And I don't mean like the fucking custom packaging and all this stuff. Let me break it down. This is going to be saucy, guys. So, why is it that drop shippers can do like 30, 60, 100, 200K months, but brands can do $1 million months, multiple $1 million a month? And it's not just the volume on one angle, it's because they're running multiple angles. So drop shippers kind of get lucky by sticking to one angle and running it up and then dumping it, right? That's what drop shippers do. I'm a drop shipper myself. I get it, right? But what brands do is they don't just test creatives, they test angles, and they run multiple angles at the same time. Because as a marketer, you have to understand that some angles might hit 10, 20, or 30K a month, and some angles might do 250K a month, 500K a month, $1 million a month. So if you have multiple different angles running at the same time at different scales, that is what collectively will make you the most money. Why do you think High Smile, sorry, is printing billions? Because they're testing different angles and running multiple different angles and running multiple different hooks and running multiple different pieces of content. Drop shippers will choose one angle, milk it, and not think about any other angle. I have a notebook right next to me with 30 different angles that I have to test for my brand. All right. Because you're hitting new pockets. You're hitting new pockets. Why do you think you hear that saying where it's like you could take an oversaturated winner, hit it with a new angle, and it hits a new pocket, right? It's because you're testing a new angle, a new audience. Okay. So that's the difference between drop shippers and a fucking brand, right? So yes, even though you should be testing all the angles you can, right? Like let's say you are a brand. If like your competitor's hitting it from one angle, sure, test that angle out. It might be the main angle. But if you hit another angle and it cooks, before your competitor, then you have that market. Even though they may be doing more rev than you in another angle, you still have that market. You're outbidding him in that market because you're hitting a new pocket. Okay. So that's what I'll say about that. Let's see. Commercive, he hates them. I don't hate commercive. Oh, you're talking about this guy? That's funny. Do you think I could start scaling with $100 to $300 on using Facebook ads, or is more required? Facebook ads is a little higher budget to test. I still to this day test on TikTok because the results are quicker and it's lower budget. But yeah, no, I would not start Facebook with $100 to $300 because your test is probably going to cost you $100 to $300 on Facebook. Mm, do you think TikTok organic and TikTok shop is going to stay for long or die out? Dude, I think as long as social media is around, people will will leverage organic for their business. Okay. Like I don't see a world where like people won't try advertising for free from their fucking phone or on live, right? Like that's just free leads, you know. What platform do you use to see how your competitors are doing? I like using Dropship.io. I like using Shop Hunter to track my competitors. I like using PP ads to see their ads and stuff. I'll search them up on Facebook ad library, or on TikTok ad library, wherever they are. And yeah, that's kind of it. My country takes 50% tax rate from people who earn $16 plus. Holy shit, that is fucking nuts. That is nuts. Yeah, no, taxes are fucking annoying. Let's see. Andre, did you make good money on organic content? If so, what platform generated the top success rate for your organic creatives? Ooh, I'd say that I got the most views on TikTok, but I feel like Instagram cooked the hardest because when I was going viral on Instagram, I was making more sales. But definitely leverage both. You want to make content to post on both. And usually the content that does well on TikTok can also do well on Instagram. But yeah, you could use this soft if you don't want to be like manually reposting it. There's a software called I think it's called repost.io or some shit, where like you link all your socials and it'll automatically do it. Let's see. And yes, guys, okay, I've seen this question a lot. Dropshippers can test different angles and do more rev, with different pockets. But like, if we're talking about a million a month with a brand versus 200K a month with the dropshipping store, it's because of the amount of angles. Okay, for the most part, the amount of angles, the amount of volume that you test, that's the difference, and also the systems, teams, operations that are in place. Of course, there's a bunch of factors to it, guys. Let's see. Making dropshipping and branding seem as opposites is incorrect, in my opinion. They're not opposites. I mean, I turned a dropshipping store into a brand, right? And it's not that they're opposites, it's that they're different. You know what I mean? Like you could do branded dropshipping too. So dropshipping is literally, guys, it's just a fulfillment model. When I say dropshippers, I mean like the mindset way, like how to conduct their business. Um, like these pump and dump clothing, women's clothing dropshippers. Like that's what I mean. Versus somebody building like an actual brand that's gonna be a long-term thing. And you know, Mohammed described it perfectly. Yeah. What countries are you targeting? I'm targeting the big five. So what does that mean? I'm targeting the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand all at the same time. Shop Hunter and Drop doesn't work anymore. I don't look at it for specific sales, and it hasn't been working for a while. But I look at it for like volume, right? So it's gonna be like in a rough range around, right? So I look at it to see if it's sales or to see if it's scaling. Usually the chart is accurate, not the amount of sales, but like the scale or how quick they're scaling. Like you could tell. Do you recommend Commercive for suppliers instead of Zen and others? Yes, 100%. Mm, My homie said, who owns Stizzy, said if you market everywhere. Absolutely. That's why I'm omni-channel. You know, that's why when I was doing organic, I was on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram. You know, some people don't even like. Some people sleep on Facebook Reels. If your product is good enough, like try uploading on Facebook Reels too. Does repurpose.io scrub metadata on the ads it pulls from the OG video source though? Heard performance can take a hit if the OG video isn't scrubbed. I mean, um, I was filming it from TikTok, and then yeah, I would take the video, scrub the metadata, and repost it. But I don't know. You'd have to look. I don't use repurpose.io, but I've just heard that's something that you could use if you're lazy and you don't want to, um, repost it manually. Do you see yourself buying wholesale anytime soon? I don't really want to get into wholesale. I want to get into private equity within e-commerce. When did you make your first 10K month from dropshipping? This was a while ago. Fucking like early last year. Damn, first 10K month felt crazy. No, first 10K week felt crazy. That was like even after hitting 100K month didn't feel as good as a 10K week. Like not at all. But okay. Cool guys. Does anybody want to come up and ask questions or do like a quick website review or something? I'm down to take a look at everyone's stuff or like their ads. Get Sheng up in there. Okay. Bet. Bet. Chat is popping right now. Holy fuck. If anybody wants to come up, just raise your hand and we'll go over some stuff on your site. Bring David. Who's David? I don't even have a website yet. Am I cooked? No, bro. You could throw up a website in a couple hours, man. Some beginners, like what they tend to do is they'll take like a month or two. And I was victim to this, right? Like it took me like a month or two to build my first store just because I was being slow. Like it doesn't really take that long. Okay. I could build a store in 2 hours, 3 hours. David A. Bro, bring this David guy up. Who the fuck is David? Dropshipping millionaire by 2026. Sheesh. At the gym right now, I can't talk, but here's my site. I've been struggling. All right. Hold on. Let's see this. Fuck, I'm gonna open this on an incognito tab. I'm not trying to leak my info, guys. I don't want you guys seeing my shit. My Google, fucking Chrome and stuff like that. Let me cook real quick. Hold on. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me share the stream. Do you guys see this? Let me know in chat. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. Hold on. I'm like scared, yo. What if I leak my info? Okay, whatever. Anyways, let's go into mobile view. Anytime I'm reviewing websites, I'm going on mobile view because 99.9% of your traffic is going to be on mobile view. Now, let me put it in XR, or actually 14 Pro Max, that's fine. Okay. First things first, this banner is fucking ginormous. Respectfully, like, we got to reduce this, okay? There's something called the top fold optimization, right? So what is the top fold? The top fold is what you see before you scroll down. So see, this is the bottom fold, right? Under the scroll. But when you're here, this is called the top fold. Your header and your logo can't take up a third of your screen. All right. So that's got to change for sure. All right. This is a big boy header right here. We got to change that. All right. So most of you guys, I see this with a lot of beginners. They think it's good to have their logo be huge and like everyone sees it. That's cool. But the top fold isn't optimized like that. Okay. So if your website, if you see that on your phone, that shit is ginormous, you want to make it as tiny as possible and not illegible. Okay. You just want to reduce the thickness. All right. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay, cool. Next thing. This is a home decor store. I don't know about including dark purple, black, and white as your colors, but you know, do you? I would make it a little more professional. I don't know about this theme either. I would use something like, is this Impulse? I don't know what theme this is. Um, but yeah. Anyways, let's go down to the images now. So first things first, you have the zoom enabled. I personally remove this line of code. There's a tutorials on YouTube because like if somebody clicks this shit, it's so huge and it's almost impossible to get out of. So I don't like adding the zoom. Also, these product images look very dropshippy. This one not so much, but like they just look very dropshippy in my opinion. You know, like let's take Bleem for example. Let's look at their top fold. Let's look at this is in the beauty niche, but like look at their product picture. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, no, I'm hold on. They're wilding out right now. They are wilding out. All right, anyways, look at how branded it is. You know, all the backgrounds are the same colors. All like the background on the text is, you know, they're showing social proof. They completely redesigned this. Like I was literally on their landing page yesterday. It did not look like this, but you can see the header is small. You know, but yeah, like this is a good store to emulate, right? But if we go here, we see that the header is huge. You know, the pictures look kind of drop shippy. This one not so much. They're not crazy drop shippy, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, still could use some work. Uh, Also, I would talk more about the benefits of the product. You know, um, the announcement bar, that's what it's called, could be a bit better. I would structure a better offer for this product. And yeah, I don't really know. I wouldn't run this product myself. Is it making sales? Yeah, who was it that wanted that review? Is this product making sales? Yes, no. Made me 4K this month. Not bad, G. But yeah, no, definitely work on CRO a bit. Hurry, only 6 units left in stock. That's pretty nice. I would try adding like I have this piece of code that's like a star review widget. And essentially, you don't need reviews, but you do have reviews. That's the thing. So I would add like a star rating here for some social proof. Um, I would also test out different offers. 4K a month is what, like a little over $100 a day. Are you able to push budgets or no? Like, how profitable are you? CRO is conversion rate optimization. All organic, so pretty. Okay. Um, but yeah, I would try structuring a little bit. I'm assuming you're providing free shipping. Oh, yeah, no, you got to work on the card a bit more too. Um, I would use I would lower the upfront price because honestly, I don't see like a crazy amount of high perceived value in this product for $38. Like I really don't see the high perceived value. So I would try lowering the upfront offer and adding unlock goals for people to increase their AOV. Or maybe, yeah, like instead of just having the free gifts like this in the picture, I would have the picture and then somewhere that says like get a free gift. There's an app called Monster Cart, and essentially like if you were to add this product in the cart, what the heck? It would pop up like a little box under here saying you've unlocked a free gift, and then you could add your free gift product there. So that in the cart would prompt them to go to checkout, and you could literally say, "Go to checkout to claim your free gift." Um, just visualize the free gift more for sure, because that's part of your offer. Lower the upfront a bit, and I would also charge shipping. If I would lower the upfront and charge shipping on the back end. I don't know if you are charging shipping though. Yeah, it's free shipping. So yeah, I would do like $20 upfront, maybe like $12.95 shipping on the back end with the free gift. Because in their mind, it's like, oh, I'm buying this, but I'm paying for shipping, but I'm getting a free gift, so it's probably worth it, right? So yeah, I would say that for the offer. Do you really need variants? I mean, that just I feel like that complicates things, but if most people just order black, like I don't know about variants, but maybe. I like this visualization where it's like save this amount, but I would definitely, instead of doing it with the discounted price, I would do it with the compare at price. So this is called the compare at price right here. The price that's like slashed out. Change that so that the savings look bigger. Instead of just $7, it would be like 20 something bucks, right? Okay. Definitely add that review widget, like I said before. I would make there's a lot of text here, and this is uneven. This one's like 4 lines, this one's 2 lines, this one's 3 lines. This is very uneven. I would make it more visual, right? I would make all of this more visual. So adding more pictures, adding people using the product, maybe some of your creatives in there. Say goodbye to food waste. See, like you made it visual here, but I would make it more visual in this kind of area. Maybe like put some of these more towards the bottom. But yeah, honestly, like the part that matters the most, guys, is literally this top fold and like your offer right here. But let's go here. Instead of adding the payment badges under the add to cart button, I would add this little piece of code. Shout out to Mohammed. He could provide it to you. That like says however million amount of views on TikTok, and it has like the TikTok icon next to it. That's some social proof. And then in the cart itself, I would add the payment badges under the checkout button. Okay. And yeah, I would use Monster Cart to visualize the free gift more. You can make the shipping protection pre-ticked with Monster Cart so that they don't have to add it, right? But yeah, it's like pre-ticked on Monster Cart. And you could add unlock goals in here for sure. And then let's see here. Definitely you want to add your logo and center it in the checkout. And yeah, just restructure the offer. I mean, checkout, there's not much to it, guys. It's just a checkout. You know what I would do actually? This is some sauce for you guys. Regardless of what stage you're at in dropshipping, I would take your logo and like there's this trust pilot like I don't know what to call it. It's like a format where you upload your logo and then right next to it you have the amount of like Trustpilot reviews that you have. You could fake it. I put like 370 some fucking bullshit for my brand. So it'll be like my logo, and then right next to it, it'll say like the Trustpilot badge with however many reviews I have and like a black bordering. And it looks really clean. It's just some extra social proof and trust for people in the checkout. But yeah, those are just some of the changes I'd make on your store, brother. So hope you got some value out of that. Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, in the top right of your product picture, when you choose like a better one, right? You can add a 100% off, or sorry, 100% money back guarantee, like icon or whatever they call it, the little sticker on the top right. But yeah, overall, I mean, this is a good start. Don't get me wrong, but we could definitely work a little bit more on improving it. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna do one more website. Let's see. All right, wait, before you guys send your websites, what do you think of that review? Did you guys get value out of that? Let me know. Yes, 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 yes. All right, great. Yes, sauce. Yes, sir. Yes. All right, I'm glad. Um, shit. Mohammed, do you think you can go in the chat and like pick one for me? Because I don't want to be unfair. You know, we could just blame Mohammed for not choosing your site if we review it. I don't want to be the bad guy. Just like ping someone's link with like a period or something, and then we'll take a look. I don't know if he hears me, but can Mohammed send me the site code, please? I think he already did. He did good. I don't know if he heard me or not, but I can do it too. Yeah, Nabil, you do it. Choose like send me some link in the chat and I'll review it. Okay, let's see. Breeze. Try Breeze dot shop. We're gonna review Oxos. I already like that profile picture just on what I'm no, that's very nice. But let's take a look at this. Okay, so off the bat, this is a very advanced store. This is, I think, Shrine Pro, if I'm not incorrect. No, I might be incorrect. No, I think it is Shrine Pro. But yeah, this is a very branded drop shipping store. I don't even know if it's drop shipping. This looks like a brand, honestly. I really like the social proof right here under where it says as seen on, and then you have, you know, all this stuff. I think I know these guys that run another mushroom brand right here. These two guys that run this actually fucked me over in business, but we're not going to talk about that. Regardless, they still have a very clean lander using Shrine as well. But yeah, I mean, wait, this is not a good product page. I don't know. But yeah, these guys also run their own thing. But I like yours a lot more, to be fair. Maybe I would minimize the product image if you can just a little bit. It's a little big, but you know, that's fine. It's not the biggest deal. As you can see, he has like the smaller header. It's not half the screen. He has the Trust Pilot in the top left corner. That star right there has something on it. I would fix that. And I would also add how many reviews you have. You know, green on green usually doesn't work, but it is what it is. It still looks fine. Maybe add like some text under here saying like 300, 400 reviews, 5 stars. Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. Let me see your offer. Interesting. If this is your mushroom brand, brother, I'd try adding subscribe and save. I don't know if you do have that, but subscribe and save would work great with stuff that's repeat use. This is amazing. This is very visual, guys. If you can visualize your product ingredients or benefits, like that is huge. Like for example, there's this brand right here. They literally show with arrows like what the jeans do. Like if a girl saw these jeans, like it would just be jeans, right? And they have a good offer. They have $30 upfront with shipping on the back end. But like they literally point with arrows like the benefits of the products and like the USPs of it. And that cooks. Okay. So having something very visual that shows the benefits is great. Also, whoever did your I guess graphic design or whatever, I don't know what to call it, is very solid. Honestly, I really like this branding. No glaze, but wild berry flavor. Okay, this is good. This, I mean, you kind of already have this picture right here. So I don't know if you really need this. And this picture is kind of useless because, you know, you can very clearly see it right here. So what I would do is leave this one, leave this one, leave this one, and then the ingredients, right? And like that kind of keeps the same green background branding throughout. But no, I mean your product pictures aren't gonna make or break it. Uh, but yeah, the Mush Brie Energy gummies. There's a lot of white space right here. If you can make this one line or like minimize it, or just add something to it, or I don't know. That's just like an aesthetic thing. Won't affect your conversion rate in my opinion, but it'll just look better. Save $15. I like this. Increases cognitive function, memory, improves mood, focus, and performance, supports brain health. Uh, yeah, I would also add something about the ingredients, like has healthy vitamins and minerals or something. Just whatever. I don't know what ingredients you have here, but talk about the specific ingredient benefits for sure. I would probably put this second one on the top because I don't know if you guys know this. Like customers like to read stuff in an F shape, so it's like they'll read the first line all the way through. Um, so I don't know if somebody that like if I read this without even knowing anything else about the product, the first thing I see is increases cognitive function and memory. That sounds like an Alzheimer's product. So I would put that in the second line and put this one on the first line because you have to understand your customers' priorities, and it's probably to like improve focus and performance, in my opinion. With mushroom products, stuff like that, gummies, is to improve mood, focus, and performance. And then obviously cognitive function and memory, supports brain health, and then add another one talking about, you know, all natural ingredients, paraben free, like all that bullshit, right? I like these bundles, but definitely add subscribe and save. Buy now to receive in 1 to 5 days. I would visualize this a little more. If you're gonna add this, I would visualize it a bit more. I would also add some icons with text. Kind of like how Bleem does it. So you see right here, I mean, they fucking changed their shit. Okay, this looks all right, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, they have like icons with text right under their payment badges. So I would add icons with text talking about like, 100% money back guarantee, easy exchanges, free replacements. I don't know, just some benefits there. And then also visualize this a little more. This is a lot of text. If I were you, I would add, like some drop downs, but talking about like, I would move this instead of having an FAQ section like this. I would probably just have a couple of drop downs here and then include something a little more visual here. Because especially since you have it under a horizontal ticker, I would add something a little more visual here. This is great. Now, this is a really clean lander. Don't get me wrong. This is amazing. But also this is like view more. Oh, okay, I see. Huh, interesting. This just redirects to the lander. How it works, our ingredients, the benefits, how to enjoy, our standards, certificates. Okay, cool. All-in-one gummy to unlock your full potential. Maybe add like the little check mark emoji after these because that's very visual as well. This is fucking amazing right here. See, like something like this, I would add under this horizontal ticker right here. No, it's a lot more visual. And then have the FAQ at the bottom. And then like the important drop downs, like how to take it, all that stuff, like probably put it here, or even just text how you have it now. Damn. So you have 2 FAQ sections. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that. And here I'd probably add a contact now button for your customer support. But and also I would add the comparison table somewhere. I think Shrine has it, so that you can visualize the benefits compared to competitors and why they should go with you instead of some other gummy or something like that. But I like this shaking add to cart. That's great. Interesting. This is cool. Damn. All right. Hold on. Let me. This is a lot going on in the cart. I would add the payment badges under the checkout button. And I would also add this section right here. I would probably remove the special instructions for seller. Add this, like the subtotal above the checkout section, the payment badges below it. And I don't know if you need a set preferred delivery date, but I guess because, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know if you'll be able to fulfill that. I would also try adding like an upsell offer to increase your AOV or maybe some sort of shipping protection. And where it says your cart, I would say like your active cart, and then add like a timer that says reserved for 4 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you want. And then in the checkout, I would definitely center this. Are you charging shipping? Free shipping, okay. Yeah. I mean, you could play around with different offers and stuff. I think your offer is fine, but maybe try like $19.95 with subscribe and save, and then get that repeat customer. But overall, dude, this is a very clean lander. This feels very branded. Just those small little tweaks, and that'll help you convert a little bit better, in my opinion. I would actually make a product picture, maybe like before this one, have one as a second one, highlighting the benefits, because people are very visual, guys. I stress on the visuals because that's what converts. Like the second product image, maybe have this as a third one, and then this is the fourth one, and this is the fifth one. But have like a second product image where it's like pointing the arrows at the bottle or at the gummy or something, kind of like this, but not really, stating like 4 to 6 benefits of the product. That way people are like, oh, I get all of this with these gummies. Hell yeah. Right. Because then if it's just this, it's like, okay, I'm getting all these ingredients in the gummies, but what do they really do? This is a lot of text. So not a lot of people are going to read this. But if it's short arrows, like to the bottle or something, or to someone holding the gummy in their hand, or just the gummies, you know, and like visualize the benefits, then that's huge. But yeah, guys, who got some value out of that? Type yes in the chat. Me, sauce, me, yes sir, yes. All right, crazy, good. And we got 71 people in here. What the fuck? Anyways, I think I'm gonna take. It's already 7:06. I'm gonna take 3 more questions and prioritize the people coming on stage. If some moderators want to let them up. But yeah, I'm going to take 3 more questions, and then I'll kind of do something at the end for you guys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to the end. But like, let's take 3 more questions. What's up, bro?
Hey, Andre, since I'm quite new to e-commerce dropshipping, do you think
Yeah.
I should just do some research first, or do you think I should just start right away? Because I'm not too sure how to start.
Yeah, brother. So first off, welcome to the game. Round of applause to you for even taking the leap of faith in yourself to start. Right. A lot of
Thank you.
people they hesitate.
Yeah,
But I'm glad you're in this call. Everyone that's a beginner is just starting out, and props to you. But
thank
what I will say is one of my mistakes when I was starting out was over researching, because you're
you.
gonna learn a lot more doing than researching. Okay. Um, you could be like, let's say I want to be a tennis player. Okay. I'm going to learn a lot more, a lot quicker, getting on the court and hitting the fucking ball over and over again than researching the best technique and not practicing it and just looking at the pros and analyzing strategy, that doesn't matter at all if you
Yeah.
don't know how to hit the ball. So when I was starting out, I spent like 3 months researching. So I say I started in January of 2023, but I was researching for 3 months and I was building my store for 2 months. And that got me nowhere. I could have learned all that information in a week if I just sat my ass down and started working. I was procrastinating, right?
Mm,
Even though I didn't mean to, I thought I was being productive, but I wasn't being productive. I was just being busy. So for me, my advice to you would be to avoid that situation and take action as expeditiously as possible. So as
yeah.
quick as you can and as efficiently as you can, right? Build as many stores as you can, learn the Shopify UI, do as much product research as you can, make as many creatives as you can, test as many products as you can, and you're going to learn so much quicker than the guy that's sitting at his laptops, researching for 6 months before he even tests his first product. Okay.
Yeah.
um but that's my advice to you, brother.
Thank you. That actually helped a lot, but yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I wish you, the best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Of course. Let's get someone else on stage. Second question.
Hello?
What's up, brother?
Yo. So my question is, and I feel like that a lot of people are have the same question, and it's like, how do you judge if a product is really like that? Like you cannot compete. So for example, I have a product and there's like one or two competitors.
Yeah.
What's like the dead giveaway for you that I cannot compete with that product? Because I sometimes I struggle to just judge that.
Yeah. So that's a tricky one. Because, you know, you may be asking yourself, how do I even like find how many competitors there are in the first place? And, you could check PP ads and like see how many people are running it and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but for me personally, like I don't like running products that have above like 10 or 15 stores. Why? Because you're just bidding for the same audience, right? And if you do end up testing a product that's competitive, don't rip creatives. Like rip the creatives, rip the content, but make new creatives from scratch and with a new angle if possible, right?
Yeah.
Um, but for me personally, I don't like testing products that I see have like above 15 stores built actively running ads. Most of the products I end up testing have like 5 to 10 competitors, and like only like one or two of them are actually good. Uh,
Okay.
but one or two competitors is perfectly fine. And you're probably at that stage where if you're not printing with that, it's probably because it's either the product or because you need to find a winning creative or a winning angle or winning offer that's gonna make it print. And that's because you're no longer emulating, you're pioneering with this product in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure,
So
sure. So it's a
that
lot
that's what
feeling.
I'd say. Hmm?
So it's a lot of like developing a feeling for that. It's like a lot of experience. I feel like to really judge if a product's gonna do well or not before
I
even
mean,
testing it.
at a certain point in anything you do, it kind of becomes muscle memory,
Yeah,
or like you train your eye. But for in terms of competition and product research, I don't like testing anything that has more than like 10 or 15 people running it. Because it's like I said before, it's a lot easier if you're a shark competing with 5 or 10 trying to get the same prey than 1,000 or 2,000. You know what I mean?
okay,
So just have
yeah,
that mindset, right?
all
But
right,
understand that also because you're testing an untapped product, you also are going in not knowing if it's been validated before. You also don't know if the product is, good. You also hold on, I'm getting a call. Let me reject this real quick. And you have to take on the challenges of pioneering with the product. You understand?
sure, yeah.
So yeah, it has its own challenges, but it's exponentially worth it, in my opinion. So of
All right, thank you very much.
course, brother. Good talking to you. All right, let's
See you.
get let's get one more. Mm-mm. What's up, brother?
So, bro, how you doing?
Good, good. How about you?
I'm good, bro. My question is, when you first test a product, while in the testing phase, how much spin do you go until you decide to kill it?
Yeah, I don't like to go more than $150 in the red. Um, Usually I test with like 50 to $100 budget, but if I really believe, I'll, try more creatives or, do what I got to do, but like if I'm 150 in the red, and that means like not just 150 ad spend and like 40 revenue. I mean like if I'm down $150 in profit,
Yeah,
then I'll rarely continue advertising with that product. But most
it's
products I'll kill after like $50 spend,
really
especially when testing on TikTok. Yeah. Yeah.
wow. So you just test on TikTok, you don't do Facebook also?
No, I do. I scale with Facebook and I scale with
Okay,
Snapchat, but I test on TikTok. Why? Because it's a lot quicker validation. Unless the PMF is crazy good on Facebook and terrible on TikTok, I'll
yeah,
test on TikTok first because it's lower budget and the results are quicker. Okay.
makes
But
sense. Do you just strictly run DCT ad creatives?
DCT ad creatives, no. So what I do on Facebook actually, I'm not really doing dynamic creative testing. I know that's kind of the meta right now, and it works. But what I do for testing is I'll do an ABO with
Mm,
five $20 ad groups, three creatives in each, and I'll do four interests, and then I'll do one broad.
makes
And
sense.
yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, bro, everyone's gonna have their own strategy. There's not one way to drop ship.
Yeah,
Um, but some things work better for some people than others. And you'll notice that the more events you go to, the more people you talk to, um, you'll realize like they're gonna be like, oh no, but I've been doing this and it's been working for me. And then this other person will say, oh no, but I've been doing this and it's been working for me. And what I'll say at the end of the day is it's not really about the media buying or the strategy. It's more about the content and the offer
yeah,
and the product. Because at the end of the
yeah,
day, regardless of what strategy you're doing, you're still getting in front of somebody's eyeballs. So
yeah,
your goal should be making the best content possible to get somebody to your site and get your site to have the best offer possible and the best persuasion possible to get them to put their credit card info in, right? So the
yes,
content will always outbeat the strategy, but the strategy is more for like at scale, how am I going to get the cheapest CPA or the best audience? But when you're testing, it doesn't really matter because you're spending so little. Like it's just intrinsically, you're spending so little, it doesn't really affect too much. But the content will directly affect more than anything, you know?
I got you. One last question, I'm out your way. What is your target break-even ROAS when you're trying to when you're testing a
Target
product?
break even ROAS. I mean, this is, I can't, I mean, for my brand personally, my break even's like 1.24
Yeah,
and my target ROAS is like 1.8. But it's product dependent because when I'm testing clothing, my break even ROAS is going to be a lot higher, but my
yeah,
target ROAS is also a lot higher. I go for target margins, not really target break even ROASs. Target margins are around 20 to 25% minimum for me.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have like a target break even
Yeah, I know
ROAS.
some people just try to have their break-even ROAS between 1.2 to 1.7. I think
Mhm.
that's like the range that you can go because once you start getting to 1.9 and 2, it's hard to scale then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that, but I'm also gonna have to disagree with you a bit
Okay.
because I have a friend who came to my house yesterday and he showed me his ads manager and he's been spending $300 a day at a 14 or 15 ROAS,
That,
which is nuts. And
that's pretty crazy.
it is true, yes, like most of the products I test are below a 1.7 break
Yeah.
even ROAS, so I think that's good. But it's also about the margin because like let's say I was selling something extremely cheap that a lot of people want, my CPAs are naturally going to be extremely low. but my
Mhm.
break even ROAS, depending on my offer, might be a little high,
Yeah.
right? But if I increase the price of the product, less people are going to want to take it, so the CPA will rise, but my break even ROAS will lower. You understand? But yes,
Makes sense.
usually you want to be. Yeah, I agree with that actually. With a 1.7 or under for most products, but like again, it's not hard to scale with a 2 break even ROAS if you're at a 4 ROAS. You
Yeah.
understand? So it really depends. It's product dependent.
It's
Um,
hard. It's just that 4 is hard to maintain. It's
right.
only if you got a good product.
Right. So I don't think that you should base it off break even ROAS necessarily, even though, yes, it is ideal to keep it below 2. I would base it off margin, right? Like if you're able to keep a 20% margin at least. Okay. Um, so yeah.
Okay.
And
Appreciate your time,
yeah,
bro.
exactly. A lot of people have probably heard Charlie the Disruptor say "fuck ROAS." I agree, because ROAS
Yeah.
doesn't even account for um, the shipping on the back end. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your shipping doesn't really get accounted in the ROAS calculation, and the ROAS doesn't really count the emails or the post purchase,
Mhm. Yeah.
conversions, like all that stuff. So yeah,
Facts. All right, bro. I appreciate your time, bro.
of course, G, of
Yes,
course.
sir.
Jason said, "Get me on stage." Why are people putting skull emojis? Oh, this is bad. He's about to say some unhinged shit, isn't he? Yeah, look at that. Get him on stage. Let's see what you got to say. We'll take one more question.
Yo, Andre,
What's up?
killing it, man. I'm kind of an older dude. I've got a career and all that, but trying to get in, dude. So I'm super fresh, super new.
Right.
I feel like everything else I can eventually learn, like you said, once I get into it. I'm just so stuck, man. Like I have the whole analysis paralysis at product researching. Is there? Because I'm only getting bits and pieces of information on YouTube.
Mhm.
Um, like when you first started off, and even now, like what would you tell a newbie like me? Hey, like what's a good advice or some type of strategy to go about product research? I know there's a ton of videos, but I just feel like I just still have questions. I don't know what it is. Like if we're talking about like, hey, how to make a better website, how to make good creatives, all that stuff, I feel like I could find that information, but the whole product research part, that's still kind of a mystery for me. Is it because I'm just so fresh in the game?
Okay, yeah. First off, you are fresh in the game, so understand that you're not going to have the same eye as somebody that's been in the game for years. Okay. Secondly, understand that it's not really about where you're looking, or it's about what you're looking for. And don't try to get too stuck in analysis paralysis when doing product research. You just have to choose products. Why? Because even the top dropshippers in the game are going to have flops. And this game is about failing forwards. All right. Like, even me, if I wanted to run up a new product, I'm not expecting to find a winner for a while. Hope for the best, expect for the worst when doing product tests. But yeah, man, like you're not gonna have a 1-for-1 hit rate. Like not every single product you're gonna have is gonna be a winner. But through testing products is where you train your eye, and then you kind of realize what works a little more than what doesn't, and then you start building your skill set. Okay, so that's what I'll say about that. Don't overthink it too much. It's literally just about testing. It's dropshipping is a game of you never know until you try. Right? This is a big game of what ifs. What if I did that? What if I do this? But the winners in this game are the ones that test the most, don't get emotionally attached to a product if it doesn't work, and are able to be as expeditious as possible. All right.
Got it. Earlier when you said you spend like $50 to $150 before letting go of a product, was that like um daily spend, or what was that on the matrix of? Was it daily, weekly, or just for the whole thing in general?
Yeah. So like I'll test that like $50 a day on TikTok. If it doesn't work on day one, I'll cut the product. And if I really fucking believe in it, or like the metrics were dog ass because my creatives were bad in the eyes of the market, I'll um I'll test with a new batch of creatives or a new angle or a new offer. But I will never like keep going if I'm at like that 150 in the red, unless I really believe in the product, like truly. But that's because I'm saying like I've made all this revenue with dropshipping, and like I know a lot of what works. But like if I was a beginner, I would have that as my golden rule. Like don't don't fucking like go more than 150 in the red with a product, especially if it's fitting all the criteria that I told you, which is like low ticket, relatively cheap, problem solving, insecurity solving. If you spend more than 150 in the red after product costs, after ads, everything, like then that's a sign like, okay, it's probably time to cut it and move on. Just accept that it wasn't a winner. But yeah, the
Got it.
daily budget on the campaign will start at 50 for the test.
Got it. Got it. So I actually have like a checklist of like it's got to check all the boxes for the product, right?
Yeah.
Before I actually start testing it on the market, um, do you have any like strategies or any websites that you use to kind of see like should I even try to test this? Like it fits all the checks
Yeah.
that you have,
Yeah.
but is there like a certain method that you use?
Yeah. I'm going to explain it to you after I get my point across first, which is that it doesn't have to always fit all the criteria. And I even tell like people that are asking me questions or trying to seek advice, I always tell them like if it fits at least like 70%, then it's worth a test in my eyes. Because you're even the products, and I know a lot of more of my advanced guys could vouch for this. Like, let me know in the chat if you relate to this. Sometimes a product seems perfect. It ticks all the boxes. There's very few competitors, someone scaling it, and it completely flops. Is that not true? Facts. Exactly, bro. Exactly. So what I do, and trust me, again, I want to keep this point very clear. You're never going to know unless you try it yourself. But what I do to kind of minimize my risk is first, I'll track the competitors and see if, I'll use PP ads to see if they're still advertising or not. Because if they cut the product, like if it looks like a big spike on their ad spend and then just a cut, it's probably because it died or it didn't work or it wasn't profitable. But if I see like a scale, like they're increasing ad spend each day and day, and like it's been growing, then that's a good sign. Because why would somebody spend a fuck ton more money on something if it's not yielding them a return, right? I also use Shop Hunter and Dropship.io. So if I see that chart going up, up, and up, I'll track their Shop Hunter and Dropship.io to see if not the sales, but if the chart also looks similar, if it matches. So if they've been making more sales. Um, and if those two kind of align with one another, then it's a good sign that somebody found that and is winning with that product and is just starting to scale. And if it's fewer competitors, then there's a good chance you could literally just recreate those creatives with different clips or different hooks or whatever, and it would cook. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll say to you. But again, you'll never know until you try. All right.
Sauce.
Appreciate it, bro. All right. I hope you got some value out of that, bro. But literally
I
just
did.
throw shit at the wall and for long enough something will stick.
Awesome. Thanks, Andre. Appreciate you, man.
Of course, brother. All right. I think that was the last question I'm going to take for the day, but stay in the call. Chill. All right. I would love it if you guys could follow me on IG. Same handle as my Discord. And I think someone asked before if I respond to DMs. I do, but guys, you got to realize like I have hundreds of DMs, right? Like it's going to take me some days or maybe even some weeks sometimes. But I do instructions unclear, grounded for shitting on the wall. That's crazy. But anyways, I do have my own community. A lot of you guys do know of it. It's called Ecom Warehouse. Sorry, I'm like reading and speaking at the same time. I gotta stop that. I do have a community called Ecom Warehouse. I don't know if I could link it here because the bot might flag me, but I was told I could plug it at the end, so I'm going to respectfully do it. GG's Ecom Warehouse. The bot is gonna ban you. You can plug those. Okay. Shit. Maybe Mateo could plug it or something. I don't know. It's called Ecom Warehouse. You literally just type in discord.gg/ecom warehouse. Maybe DM it to someone or fucking, I don't know, like type it in your browser and join it. And if you guys are looking to get more guidance from me, I mean, I was able to take some of the mods in here to multiple six figures with the brand, with their brands and the dropshipping stores as well. So shout out to y'all. But if you guys would like the same, or you guys would like coaching from me, I'm going to send my link. And for those of you that stuck to the end and listened to me yap for an hour and a half, I'm going to give you guys a 30% off discount. All right. 30% is crazy. And this is 30% off forever. The code is Paul Han. I don't charge much at all. Code for 30% off. Someone said I answered 3 questions and started promoting my course. That's crazy. You weren't here the entire call then, my boy. What if you're broke as shit? Then save up some money, brother. But I only charge either 50 or 100 a month with the 30% off. You're going to get that for jack shit, honestly. It does come with free shipping. It does come with free gifts. But yeah, join if you want. I don't care. I don't make too much money off this shit. And it goes back into the cord, honestly. And yeah, if you guys want to stay posted with me, follow me on Instagram. I have like a series there where I'm building out this brand. So if you guys want some insight on stuff, if you're looking for to talk to me directly and stuff like that, and yeah, you could do that in the Discord. And hope to see some of you guys in there. Let me know, DM me if you get in. I'm probably gonna be reposting some of you guys on my story. There's like quite a few people in here, so hopefully some of you guys join in. But I'll take one more question because someone mentioned it. Someone said like top secret sauce, but it's got to be a good one, okay? It's got to be a fucking good one. Like, don't ask some bullshit, okay? I'll take one more question. And yeah, it could be in the chat. I'm gonna look for a good one. How come you didn't talk about creative strat? We did talk about creative strat. Some of you guys joined in here really late. I'm not gonna lie. We had like 40 people and it bumped up to 80. Where's the link for 50% off? You're tripping. You're tripping. Alternatives for product research besides TikTok, PP ads. That's a quick one, but like ask good questions, guys. Someone asked like a genuinely well thought out something that's gonna make me ponder to answer you. Motivational speech? Hell no. I'm not here to be David Goggins. Genuinely, what's your best advice? What are the best offers to test as dropshippers if the cost of goods are high? I'm gonna answer both, okay? But then that's it. All right. For high costs of goods, what I'll recommend is definitely increasing the high perceived value of your product, sort of validating it in the customer's eye. Also, adding free gifts works really well. And you'd be surprised, bro. A lot of people that buy like more expensive products have to talk to their partner first. So maybe like add like some sort of money back guarantee. Make sure your customer support is A1. Make sure like the security badges and shit are A1. You just want to increase the safety that they feel purchasing your product and the high perceived value, right? For low ticket, it's more impulse purchases, but for high ticket, it's genuinely a decision that they need to make, right? So, let's see. And someone asked, genuinely, what's your best advice? Best advice for me personally, this is regardless of what stage you are, and it sounds so fucking cliche, but you genuinely have to put the work in, because you're not going to get the outputs you want out of this game if you're not putting the inputs that you need to be putting in. Okay. Let me type this. But yeah, like for me, when I had a little bit of success with organic dropshipping, it took me a minute before I found my first winner with paid ads. And instead of testing products, like I felt like shit because I was on a low, right? Like I found a winner, I was like all happy and shit, but I was on a low. So instead of testing products, I was moderating discords and like being an admin. I'm not saying that's bad if you're doing stuff, but like I literally calculated the amount of products I tested with paid ads within the span of like 4 to 6 months, and it was like 1.2 products a month. Like, how do you expect to win testing one product a month? You're not. Because I was getting my validation from helping other people, and I felt good when I helped other people and made them succeed, but I wasn't doing that for myself. So when I really started making money is when I sat my ass down and said, I'm testing 4 to 5 products a week, and I'm not getting up off this chair or going out doing anything until I do that shit. And I did it. I tested more products than I ever did before. And then literally, I think within 3 months, I was already at 6 figures. Okay. So it's cliche as fuck, but like you literally have to sit down and do the work that is required of you to get the output. Okay. At any scale, if you're at 100 grand a month trying to make it to 1 million a month, it's the same fucking thing. You can't get comfortable. You got to light a fire under your ass. All right. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. But yeah, guys, any more questions, reach out to me, ping me in the fucking chats, ping me in my Discord, because I'm in there more than this. I'm not gonna lie, dude, like that's literally, I hop on Discord just to be on my community. I came in here a couple weeks ago. I really didn't know what the hell this is, but I'm glad I'm talking to you guys here. But yeah, talk to me in the Discord. Again, what the hell? Hold on. This thing broke, chill. But yeah, if you want guidance from me in order to help you scale to 6-figure months, there you go. Regardless of what stage you're at, if you're a dropshipper, if you're doing branding, I do both. So I can help you out at any stage you're at. I have some people in there doing multiple 5 figures, low 6 figures a month, with a brand and dropshipping. But yeah, guys, dropshipping is dead. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the call. Follow me on Instagram at Netikism, same ad as my Discord, and hope to see you guys in Ecom Warehouse. And hope you got value. So take care, everybody. Spam W's in the chat if you got value. Love that. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.